Hi, this is Dora Reader. I'm a second degree black belt at Keith Hafner's Karate School in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about the history of our school. It's important to know because we all want to know where we came from and our teachers, where they came from, and also it's made me appreciate more what my teachers have gone through to bring what they are teaching to us. And we're going to start in 1959 when a young man, Edward B. Sell from Michigan, joined the U.S. Air Force, and he was stationed in Korea. He was in the Air Force for 8 years. While he was there, he studied a form of Taekwondo, martial arts, and by the time he left there in 1967, he had a 4th degree black belt. I think that was the first time a foreigner ever had a 4th degree black belt. And he did that by being very aggressive, competitive fighter and very hard discipline. Came back to Michigan and went to Trenton, Michigan, downriver Detroit, and set up a Taekwondo school. There he began training with a fair number of students, and by the end of the first week there were only 5 left, three of whom were his brothers because he was so tough. Anyway, he continued and moved part of his school over to Ypsilanti, Michigan, and then eventually to Main Street in Ann Arbor, where the school is still located. 1973, a young man from Dexter, Michigan, named Keith Hafner, 16 years old, started training with Edward B. Sell, and it was kind of a fighting school. You had to fight in order to stay in place. Keith Hafner was just always broken up and bruised, and as were most of the students. They didn't use any padding. It was just bare knuckle contact. So then he went to Michigan State for 2 years and studied a variety of martial arts. Came back to Ypsilanti and went to Eastern Michigan University, getting a degree in education and training again full-time with Master Sell, and by 1979 he had a 2nd degree black belt, had graduated from Eastern Michigan, and Edward B. Sell and his wife Brenda Sell decided that they were going to sell the school and move to Florida. So they sold the school to Keith Hafner, who was only 22 years old at the time, was married, 1 son, another one on the way. And he didn't know anything about business, but he was a very hard training martial artist and a good teacher. So one of the big events that happened was that changed the history of the school was that in 1985, Keith Hafner, Grandmaster Hafner, saw his young son just crying and crying in class, and realized that this method of training was not what he wanted. And so he drastically changed the method of training from the sort of beat-em-up approach to more of a character development, character building approach. And over the years that has continued, and he's been highly recognized for the character building approach of the school. Another event that happened was that in 1983 he met Mr. Nick Kokonos, and who was a business coach, educational funding company, and taught Keith Hafner, mentored him in business systems, which vastly improved the way the school was run. And he set up a lot of systems that are in place today. And now Grandmaster Hafner is a 8th degree black belt. I've been training at the school for nearly 10 years, and I just want to thank Grandmaster Hafner and all my teachers there, and Grandmaster Sell, for all that I've been learning during this time, and hope to continue to be learning. Thank you.